Auburn's magical run continues to Final Four after defeating Kentucky in overtime. Flanked by his mother and his brother, and with his left leg fully extended in a brace, Chuma Okeke was wheeled out from the bowels of the Sprint Center, through Auburn's tunnel and right up to the Tigers bench. A chant of CHUMA, CHUMA broke out from the Auburn contingent in Kansas City, with the game clock reading 15:57 and the underdog Tigers holding onto a faint 3-point lead against Kentucky during a timeout on the floor. Bryce Brown, Okeke's roommate, was the first to welcome Auburn's reluctant star to the court. It was the first time, Brown said, that he had seen Okeke since after Friday's game against UNC. "We got you," Brown told Okeke. "We're going to do it for you, this right here." Okeke's season may have ended 2 nights earlier when he tore his left ACL in the Sweet 16 against UNC, but the Tigers' most valuable player was here to provide emotional reinforcement in the biggest game in the history of Auburn's basketball program. It was a scene ripped straight from the pages of a Hollywood script, if you could write one this perfect. With Okeke situated behind Auburn's bench, the Tigers accomplished the unthinkable, something never before done in the 113-year history of men's basketball on the Plains. They punched their ticket to the Final Four, dispatching second-seeded Kentucky 77-71 in overtime to complete a 3-game gauntlet against the 3 winningest programs of all time and set up a national semifinal against number 1 seed Virginia next Saturday in Minneapolis. "We made history," forward Horace Spencer emphatically said on the court after the game. "We made history today. We made history all year long, you feel me? Y'all keep counting us out, it's okay. We're fine with that. We're the underdogs. We're not supposed to be here right now, but we are." Naturally, it was Brown, one of the team's 2 seniors who weathered an 11-20 campaign during the 2015-16 season, who helped lead the Tigers to new heights on Sunday. Okeke's roommate, the second most prolific shooter in SEC history, went off in the second half to propel Auburn past Kentucky, which led by 5 points at halftime despite an at-times dominant first-half performance. Brown finished with 24 points, including 17 in the second half on 6 of 6 shooting, with 3 of 3 from three-point range. 8 of those came in succession as Auburn went on a 10-0 run early in the second half to take its first lead of the game, 40-37, with 17:46 to play thanks to a 5-point possession by Brown. The senior guard got fouled on a 3-point attempt, made the first 2 free throws, missed the third and then knocked down a 3-pointer after Auburn got the rebound. That run came shortly after the Tigers got word that Okeke was on his way to the arena. The sophomore forward originally planned to be in attendance, but he was in too much pain Sunday morning and told the team he wasn't going to be able to make it. That changed at halftime, and when assistant coach Stephen Pearl delivered the news to the team in the locker room, it provided Auburn with the emotional boost it believed it needed. "That kind of switched us into a whole other gear going into the second half because we had our last brother with us ready to play," center Anthony McLemore said. Into the Final Four, Auburn takes its place in state history. Auburn 77, Kentucky 71 in overtime is now the most significant basketball game in the entire history of basketball in the state of Alabama. After Okeke's emotional arrival and his brief exchange with Brown on the sideline, the senior guard made each of Auburn's next 3 baskets, another 3-pointer, followed by 2 pull-up jumpers in the lane. It was one of those efforts teammates have come to expect of Brown, who had another inefficient first-half performance, shooting 2 of 6 overall and 1 of 4 from beyond the arc during the opening stanza. Samir Dowdy spoke of it Friday night, how Brown seemingly always comes through hot in the second half of games. It happened against New Mexico State in the first round, then again on Friday in the Sweet 16 against North Carolina. He saved his best for the biggest game of his career, the biggest win in program history. He always says all the time, "I'm a second-half player. It's my half. It's my half," Auburn assistant Wes Flanigan said. Bryce Brown's halftime text message rings true in epic second half against Kentucky. Bryce Brown had 17 of his 24 points after the break. He wasn't without help, either. After Kentucky forced overtime on a pair of late PJ Washington baskets and a missed would-be game winner by Horace Spencer at the end of regulation, Auburn seized control of the extra period on the back of Jared Harper. "In the second half, all I did was try to get out of the way, get the ball to Jared or Bryce," Auburn coach Bruce Pearl said. The 5-foot, 11-point guard scored the first 4 points of overtime and finished with 12 in the extra period, fearlessly driving past Kentucky's Ashton Hagans, one of the best defenders in the SEC, and finishing strong at the rim time and time again. He finished the game with 26 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks and 3 steals while earning Midwest Region Most Outstanding Player honors. Auburn knew it needed these kinds of games from its veteran backcourt if it wanted to have a chance against Kentucky without Okeke. The Tigers got them, with Harper securing the game's final rebound before racing up court and launching the ball into the air amid more chants of CHUMA, CHUMA as the final buzzer sounded. "That's impossible to write a better script than that," Brown said. Auburn will try to. Their enchanted postseason run now headed to Minneapolis. Tom Green is an Auburn beat reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at Thomas_Verde.